And we are here at the 44th Annual Arts and Crafts Festival in downtown Hutchinson, Minnesota. We are in beautiful Library Square Park, and the festival has just started about a half hour ago while we're taping this. So things that I want you to know about the Arts and Crafts Festival. 44 years we have been doing this in Library Square. Randy Starkey would love for me to give him a shout out and tell you that it used to be Art in the Park. He's been telling us about that all week. So what is happening during Arts and Crafts? Well, it's not just happening here in Library Square. We have Taste of Hutchinson happening on First Avenue. There's a farmer's market. Stamp and Storage is having their re-grand opening. We have the Peak of the Harvest Farmers Market. We have the Habitat event. We have new stores opening just for this occasion. There's a lot happening because there's much in Hutch. Although I haven't seen my pumpkin muffin delivered yet. I'm just going to say that. So we're going to give you a little insight to what's happening this year at the Arts and Crafts Festival. We have a lot of different things happening throughout the day and the weekend. So we're going to take you on a little tour. Come with me. So we have 125 vendor booths, so you can shop here at the Arts and Crafts Festival. However, if you want to actually partake in art, you can come over here on Fridays and be part of community art. So this is a rendition of Starry Night, which might happen to be the theme for this year's Center for the Arts Gala. So you can participate, paint. They have all sorts of different things over here, different kinds of paintbrushes, different colors paints. There's all sorts of different supplies, so you can get involved in a community art project. Isn't that cool? So at the Arts and Crafts Festival, besides the sweat bees that we have, of course, because there's food and sugar, we also have perennial favorites and we have new vendors. So this is someone that a lot of Hutchinson knows. This is Jamie Beefert and her mom, Deb Calavera. So they do Simply Metal. And of course, I have a spot here, which has Much in Hutch. So if you're looking for something that's personalized, you can come and meet the ladies and get some of their personalized jewelry. I want to be cool, so I'm going to be like Mandy Lighthizer Schmidt from MnDOT. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
We love having you here in Hutchinson. We love all the trucks that go by as well at the same time. So, Mandy, let's just talk a little bit about why SEH and MnDOT are here at the Arts and Crafts Festival.
Right. So, we're here to talk about the upcoming 2020 reconstruction of Highway 15 Main Street.
Main Street 2020 to all the Hutchinson people.
Yes. As well as the resurfacing project that we're going to do south to the roundabout that is also going to happen in 2020.
2020. So Main Street 2020 and the resurfacing is going to happen when?
2020.
I do actually get to ask that question, just as a fun fact for you. So what are you doing here today?
Sure. So today we're here for a couple reasons. To ask people if they've heard about the project, and to find out how they get their information, because we've done a lot of work on asking about amenities like lighting and trash cans and different things that are part of the Main Street project. And now we're going to go into a phase where we're talking more about the logistics of things. And so it's really important that we get information to people the way they receive it.
Right. Yeah, because we put a lot of work into some of the meetings and then very few people show up, but a lot of engagement on Facebook lately.
A lot. We're finding this throughout our district, that social media is a great way to get your message out to people. And here in Hutchinson as well, we had 500 people complete a survey in a week.
Right. So tell me what the biggest thing is that people need to know about this project.
Sure. Well, I think a couple of different things. First, business is still open downtown during this construction project. Yes. So we are working on the staging right now to try to minimize impacts. And so starting on the north end and working south, keeping intersections open as long as possible, temporarily paving intersections so people can get to them, doing the sidewalks first so we can maintain access. The other, I think, important fact is just that it is going to be a disruption. And so we really want people to be listening for the updates, contact us when they have questions, to work with you at the chamber because you've been working really hard with businesses on how to get people signage-wise, how to access, how to use the alley. It's a disruption. It's going to be beautiful when it's done.
It's going to be beautiful when it's done. So I tell people all the time, because a lot of people know that I've had back surgery and neck surgery, and I tell people when you're at home and you're recovering and you can't do all these things that you're used to being able to do, it kind of is stinky, but then in the end, it's glorious. So that's what I tell people it's a lot like.
Yeah, and it will be. I mean, we want to be frank with people. It's going to be, you are not going to be able to park right in front of a store and walk right in. You know, you're going to have to park on a side street, you know, take a sidewalk. You may have to walk over a plank or use a back, you know, access for a little bit, but it's temporary.
Right.
It's temporary.
Wonderful. Yeah. So if you need more information about this project, if you're hearing about it for the first time, call the Chamber 587-5252 or go to explorehutchinson.com. At the very top, we have a link that will take you directly to MnDOT's page. Lots of information for business owners. Thank you so much, Mandy.
Mary, I appreciate it.
Here you can see one of our newer vendors. She does purses and spoonware. She also has hats, a lot of different things that she felts as well. So this is how busy it is at the Arts and Crafts Festival. People going in, checking out what somebody has. They love interacting with our vendors, and our vendors certainly appreciate having customers come in and talk about what they're doing.
That's all right.
Sometimes we have people who come because they want something of necessity. They have pots, pans, maybe it's decoration for the house. Sometimes it's just the mere truth. If you've not been to the Arts and Crafts Festival, one of the things you might not realize is that Taste of Hutchinson is connected to the Arts and Crafts Festival, and we'll go see that in a little bit. However, on site here, we do have vendors who have food. So they're under the category of gourmet, and they provide food that is not ready to eat. So it's not like food that you would go and eat like at the Taste of Hutchinson, except for one crafter who their craft is chocolate. So there's that. I mean, there's always an exception. And we also have a cheese vendor, but their family does all of the cheese, and typically you would try the cheese here. They do samples, as do all of the gourmet vendors. However, that's something that typically would be eaten later with other food. So if you didn't know that, you can come down and get samples at the Taste of Hutchinson as well. Who knew? Well, you know, there's always something new at the Arts and Crafts Festival, and we have our first Airstream. So instead of a tent, they have their own trailer that they bring in with all of their product. So there's always something new at the Arts and Crafts Festival. Always something new. So you might be coming to get that one thing that you always remember somebody having, but there's always something new to check out as well. So before we check in on some of our perennial favorites, I just want to mention again how we have a lot of new vendors. This gentleman does a lot of beautiful woodwork and has come to us from another show. So I wanted to point out some of the beautiful, beautiful work that these artisans put into their pieces to showcase. So, Jean is one of those perennial favorites. She's been coming to the show for years and years with her husband. They have a double booth, and she does sewing all day, all year to come here and be part of our show. And for all those people who are standing behind the cameraman who think it's fun to wave and make faces at me, thank you so very much. With me, I am pleased and proud to stand next to Sergeant Joe Nagel. Welcome, Joe.
Welcome to you. How's it going?
It's going really well. It's going to be a warm one, but I'm okay with that. There's no rain and no storms.
That's right. That's right.
So let's just talk a little bit about the coordination because, of course, everyone thinks that I'm in charge of arts and crafts. But who's really in charge?
Well, Mary's in charge. At least we let her think that.
No.
But when it comes to the parking and the streets around the park, the police department's in charge.
Yeah, I always tell everybody that you're really in charge.
Okay. Thanks for the compliment.
You're welcome. So the Arts and Crafts Festival would not happen if we didn't have the collaboration and the work of the Hutchinson Police Department and the City of Hutchinson. So for those people who are watching, and maybe just some great reminders for them about safety.
Sure. Big thing is slow down. We're on Main Street. You know, there's a lot going on. We're monitoring crosswalks the best we can. Stoplights are obviously working, but we just need to slow down and really pay attention to what's going on the streets. Pay attention to the road. Get off your cell phone. Stop looking at the tents. If you want to come shop, come shop, but park first and then come on over.
Right. So. Because we do see a lot of close calls and things that where you're just like, please put your phone down.
Yeah, and we had a few yesterday and none today yet, knock on wood, but it's been a busy park this year.
Busy. A lot of things going on. Thank you so much for all you do and for your team.
Thank you.
So we are at the booth of Grow Tool. Grow is one of my favorite artisans. I have pieces of his, and this is his last year at the Arts and Crafts Festival. He's retiring, which we're so happy for him, but we're a little bit sad for ourselves, of course. So I wanted you to know about Grow and his beautiful wife and the work that they've done all these years and the many years that they've been at the Arts and Crafts Festival. Let's take a look at his work. So one of the great things about Arts and Crafts Festival is the number of people that it brings into Hutchinson. Thousands of people to Hutchinson. So we've always had a great estimate of 10 to 12,000 people, but we're trying to get a better count this year. So that's one of the things that happens. So a lot of tourism happens because people don't just come to Arts and Crafts, they go to our other businesses, they're filling up on gas to go home, they're eating at other restaurants, they're going shopping at other places. So we love that. It's also a great opportunity for other businesses to have openings, grand openings, they're seasonal, occasional opportunities that are open during the weekend of Arts and Crafts Festival. So a lot of things happen. So if you're one of those people thinking, I probably shouldn't do it during Arts and Crafts Festival, maybe give us a jingle down at the chamber. It might be an opportunity that you might want to get in on. So if we had smell-o-vision right now, you would be smelling the hickory hog. He comes down on Thursday and starts smoking all the meat that he serves on Friday. Then he smokes on Friday for the meat he's going to serve on Saturday. I'm guessing you have already seen the ambassadors behind me. They are the host of Taste of Hutchinson. And they also have a booth here where they serve foot-long hot dogs. So Taste of Hutchinson, been going on as long as Arts and Crafts. A great opportunity to come down and enjoy food on your Friday afternoon break from work or just spend the day here. A couple years ago, the ambassadors added adult beverages to the lineup, and last year they added live music. So lots happening. One of the things that's different is that the music and Taste of Hutchinson they stay open longer, so they stay open till 8. So people can come down after work. If they don't have anything else to do, they can come and listen to live music and enjoy beverages and great food in the atmosphere down here. Again, thanks to Hutch PD and the city, that collaboration really makes this happen. So we're really appreciative. And if you need to, There they are, the hardworking ambassadors, the social and welcome arm of the Chamber. We're going to give you a virtual tour, the sights and sounds of arts and crafts. Thank you so much for going on our tour today of the Arts and Crafts Festival, 44th annual, of course. And what's the best way to close out our arts and crafts for you today? The fountain is back on. So many people comment about it. If you are in Hutchinson and you appreciate the fountain, I can tell you that our visitors to Hutchinson really appreciate it. They've missed it for the last 2 years here at the Arts and Crafts Festival. So I'm Mary Hodson, President of the Chamber of Commerce, and I hope that you will join us again on Chamber Connection, where we learn more about our community and what happens at the Chamber.